Welcome back, everybody. Well, this just might be the cutest little door I've ever seen. Well, bringing it on today is APD Uniform Bureau Officer Christopher Richardson, and we're talking about home burglaries, and the easiest place for people to access your home, the weakest points, are within this door right here. And so we're going to go ahead and turn it over and let you tell us exactly what we need to know about that today.
Okay, what I basically like to tell people is that whenever you have someone, and we prefer that you use someone that's licensed and insured to do work at your house, when they do work on your doorway, the strike plate, which the little piece from the knob comes out, and it goes into the door frame. This strike plate comes with a screw that is only about 1/4 of an inch long, and the idea is to go even further into the frame itself to help reinforce that strike plate, so that when it is struck by a kick or an object or whatever, it'll help hold more of a blow than just the little screws that come with the doorknobs and such.
So the thing that you want us to see here is describe what this is right here and why it's important for that screw to be longer, which the screw is going into this wooden piece right here.
Okay. This piece of wood here is basically what your strike plate's attached to. And behind that, and this little plexiglass shows you what's behind that little piece of wood at every house that's built in Albany. There's two 2x4s here together. And if you can take your screws and have them come through into this, into the 2x4s, it'll create more reinforcement. I'd like to exercise a little caution. We did have one person that took my advice, and if you think about an outside door, a back door, or a front door, they have doorbells. Well, sometimes your wiring for those doorbells run very close, so you don't want to tie into your wiring. That's why we suggest that you use someone that is licensed and insured to do that.
Okay. And so when those screws are longer, you're saying that the plate that the door, the little knob there goes into, that's the thing that the screws are going to be holding onto and going into this longer piece of wood.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. So you have gained some of this knowledge and have had lots of experience working on home burglaries. Tell us about that. Home
burglaries and businesses, you know, no one is exempt from it. It seems like the worse the economy gets, the worse it gets. But the door seems to be the main point that everyone wants to go to whenever they attack a house or a business to break into it. And just coming up with ideas from people that burglaries that I've worked that they've done to try to correct their problems that they're having to help reinforce their doorways, and that's how I come up with a lot of the information that I have. Worked my share over the years, but it's, you know, it's to be done with the times. But you know, just common sense for everyone is the main thing. Don't leave keys indoors on the back side of the deadbolts. Always use your deadbolts. Use good material. Okay. The door that we actually have in this unit here, and this, by the way, was donated to us by Home Depot and made by their employees. So, but this is a solid door. Okay. It's not a hollow door. Some of the doors that you buy when you buy them, and they're cheaper, they're just a piece of wood, and you could put your foot through it real easily. So, you know, you want to reinforce the doorway as much as you possibly can.
What about deadbolts now? Because I see this door does have a deadbolt up top. Does that make any difference, or can they just break that as well?
Most definitely. It makes a huge difference. Actually, the deadbolt is probably the best thing you can use, because of the fact this is constantly worked so much. It is real small. If you'll notice, it's only about 1/2 inch long, whereas this one's even longer and goes further into the wood.
And it looks thicker too. It looks more like a, you know, it'll be more sturdy.
Made of a more heavy material. Yeah, that's why we suggest to use both. A lot of people don't use their deadbolts. You would be surprised that the people do not use their deadbolts.
That's wild. Well, we're going to be back talking a little bit more about other ways that you can protect your home during from burglaries, which happen all the time, not just during holidays. And we're going to go ahead and hand it on over to Chris right now. Chris? We're back this morning learning about home safety with APD Uniform Bureau Officer Christopher Richardson, and we've just kind of gone over some logistics of how a door is built and some ways to reinforce your door and to make sure that it is correctly, you know, a little bit more stable so people can't just kick in your door. How does someone check and make sure that, what if they already have the big screws in there, or do they not? Are they all the little screws? How would they know?
All they have to do is just unscrew the screw out of the strike plate.
Okay.
Just screw it out, and if it's this smaller screw, then get you some longer screws to put in.
Okay.
And
that is easy. Easy to do that. It wouldn't take very long at all. Fantastic.
Adds a lot more support to the door itself, and keeping it from being kicked open.
And so another question that I have here on Fox Radio, and we have had you know, stories of people who've just been getting ready for work in the morning. It's an odd time because to me I think people would, you know, have a break-in at 3 o'clock in the morning and be all stealthy, you know, but maybe I watch too many movies. But random things like that are people that do just kick in doors while they're watching TV on their couch. Are those houses targeted, or are they just random walking by? That one looks good, let's go inside. How does it work?
And most of the times in those situations, and they're very limited, and most of the times they know the target they're going after, and most of the times it is predetermined. There's more to it than just, it's not just an average home invasion, okay? Try to tell people that if someone strange is knocking at your door, let them know that you're there. Speak to them through the door. You do not have to open the door. And if you don't recognize this person, or if they don't have legitimate business with you, just advise them. If you do not leave, I'll call the police. But let them know that you're there. We have seen that some of the younger kids that intend on breaking into homes will knock on the door before they do it.
Wow.
And if they don't think you're there, then they're going to try to go in. They don't want you there.
Okay, I mean, that's good to know, good to kind of be able to combat that and know what to do in the situation. Do you have any other advice for people of things to be looking for on the outside of your home that could make you a target?
Yeah, overgrown shrubs. You know, we talk about stuff like this all the time. People say, well, that's common sense. But you know, overgrown shrubs or trees or your lot in general that's just overgrown, that provides a good hiding spot for people to sit back and just watch and wait and listen, and you know, and being attentive to your area. Know your neighbors. Be a part of the neighborhood watch. I used to live in a neighborhood, and every neighbor knew everybody in the block, and they knew a strange car when they saw one, and they would not hesitate to call me if they saw one. And you know, and that's a good thing. Some people worry about nosy neighbors, but when it comes to your home being broken into and your door being kicked in, it's good to have a nosy neighbor to call the police.
Exactly. Now, especially during this time, holidays are kicking in, and as we've heard, burglars are going to be on the rise. Car theft will be on the rise. What are some thoughts on that?
Well, it is every holiday season, and it's not just Albany, it's everywhere. Everywhere has the same issues. The thing of it is the holiday seasons add to an even busier time. You're even have more going on than you ordinarily would have. You're not as attentive to your surroundings and the things that are going on. One of those suggestions I tell people is when you're leaving your home, sometimes just go to the store and turn around and come back and go inside your house. You know, don't set any kind of time frame, any kind of pattern that people can pick up on. When you're walking away from your car, lock your car, take your keys with you. Majority of the cars stolen today or stolen with the keys in it and it running.
Wow. Amazing. Well, again, we thank you so much for coming on. Again, APD Officer Christopher Richardson. We appreciate you bringing on this hefty door right here to give us a better illustration to really reinforce that so we can understand. And everybody go check out your doors and make sure that they're safe for your family, keeping you guys protected. We're going to hand it back over to Chris.